Hello, here's my retrospective grading of games that I've played through on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. I have excluded The Last of Us Remastered and Minecraft Xbox One Edition simply because they're remakes or remasters of games that I've already played tons and tons, so it doesn't make sense for me to bother grading them essentially. So let's get straight into it. I'll go through the PS4 titles first, which I've listed out here. Let's start with Infamous Second Son. Infamous Second Son Silver. So pure entertainment, very enjoyable, and just a fun game. That's all. That's enough said, pretty much. Infamous Second Son Silver. Outlast Silver. Delivers on the tension and scares. Not going to say it's enjoyable, but the game achieves what it's set out to do, and that's to make you panic and run and hide and, you know, create that tense atmosphere. So Outlast Silver. EA Sports UFC Silver. It's a great first step and foundations that have been laid for quite a complex sport. So EA Sports Silver. Metal Gear Solid Ground Zeroes Bronze. It's a great showcase of what's to come in the Phantom Pain. The future looks very bright for that particular game, but it's too short on content, and really should have been a demo. So Metal Gear Solid Ground Zeroes Bronze. Watchdogs Bronze. Overhyped and underachieved as far as I'm concerned. It's a decent open world game, but even with the inclusion of the new hacking mechanics, it still feels all too familiar to games that we've played in the past. It's a struggle for any open world game because Grand Theft Auto is just so good, but this doesn't do enough for me to get a higher ranking. Still go out and get it if you're interested in open world games and you like the look of it, but just be wary that you've probably played it all before at some point. Let's move on to the Xbox One titles. So let's start with Titanfall Gold. Now, I do not care for online shooters, is it really? But I picked this up. It came with the Xbox One code, and it's the first multiplayer first-person shooter that I've enjoyed in such a long time. Probably since, properly enjoyed. Probably since, Call of Duty Modern Warfare, or maybe even Modern Warfare 2. I did enjoy that. But this was great. It's easy to get into. It's easy to pick up and play. The Titans add a great dynamic. The double jumping, the scaling of walls and buildings when you as a pilot. It's all really well balanced. The maps are great. And even shit players like me can perform well and finish top of the rankings, which I've done on a couple of occasions. So Titanfall Gold. Trials Fusion. I'm a massive fan of the series and the franchise, and this is another great effort. Not a lot else to say. Trials Fusion Silver. Worms Battleground or Battlegrounds Bronze. Now the Worms formula still works, but it is getting a bit, tiresome. It's probably run its course. So, Worms Battlegrounds Bronze. Dead Rising 3 Bronze. They fixed the save issues that were inherent in 1 and 2. I think it was still in 2, I believe. Maybe not as bad actually, but definitely in 1. So that's fixed. You can save at any point, and you can now move when you shoot. Godsend. But the torrid story and the gameplay mechanics just are not anything new or fresh. I enjoyed the first part of the game, the first few hours, and had it been a Before the Bell video, I'm sure it would have been ranked higher initially. But there's no way at the After the Bell I could give it anything higher than a bronze. It just become such a pain in the arse to finish, and it wasn't enjoyable. And that's the deciding factor on it. If you're a fan of the series, then you're probably still going to lap this up and love it. If you didn't like any of the games before, you're not going to like this one. So for that reason, Dead Rising 3 bronze. So that's that. That's all the games that I've completed on the new consoles. So you're up to speed with my opinions on those. Next video will be Alien Isolation Before the Bell. Should be nearly ready. I might have one more sit down with it, but I've had a couple of sit downs already, so that'll be out in the next couple of days, I'd imagine. Nothing else to say apart from thanks for your time and ta-da.